Alright. Alright, everyone. Here for the moon launch. We are here to watch history happen again. Right, let's get straight to it. There we go. I want to full screen that. There we go. There we go. Now I want to see if my chat box is working. Oh, it's over here. Why is it over here? Chat, you should be over here. There we go. There we go. You're on television, chat. There we go. My voice volume? Is it indeed? Is this any better? Is that any better for my voice volume? I've increased the gain significantly. Oh, look, they've repealed the gantry. Oh, yes, they've repealed the gantry. Fantastic. Look, things are happening. No, okay, I'm going to keep that muted. You guys can read the subtitles. But no, brilliant. Brilliant. Also, feel free. You're also welcome, more than welcome to super chat here as well. Super chatting here is fine, although obviously, it's not necessary in the slightest. But super chats are always very welcome. Actually, you know what? I don't think I can even receive super chats because I'm not a partner streamer. There is if you want to do the equivalent of a super chat, there is a donation link in the description. I'm still but a babby YouTube channel. Right, I've got a bag of popcorn here. A bag of popcorn to watch this rocket leave the outer atmosphere, or leave the realms of reality in a giant fireball. Look, I may not be able to receive super chats technically, but there is a Streamlabs link there, and Streamlabs do accept PayPal. Yeah, I got no money. I got no money at the moment either. That's why I'm pining for super chats. I did want to purchase a giant Gundam model, but I ran out of cash for that, so I've got to wait for another month or two. Moon Chavs. Chavs on the moon in a Burberry spaceship. Chavs on the moon. I don't know what that... Is that... Andrew, is that a reference to something? I don't know what that means. Is that a reference to some esoteric Zuma thing? You'd think on a modern moon launch that they'd have higher resolution cameras inside the spaceship. On the SpaceX Crew Dragon stuff, they've got really nice high resolution cameras. I will accept all forms of charity. I'll accept all forms of charity at the live event.
A naval aviator who served as a test pilot, racking up more than 3,500 flight hours and more than.
I'll put the volume on for the stream, just a little bit quietly in the background.
In the pilot seat of Artemis 2.
Yeah, I think he does.
At the moment, they're just sort of talking about fluff as they watch and wait.
Wife and 4 kids. Again, those were the family that he had here at.
You were born before the year 2000. Sorry. Yeah, before the year 2000, yes.
And you can see there, we talked about Victor's energy earlier, and you can see him working through, pushing some buttons on the displays. Look like
what are they actually talking about?
So he's following along and ready to go, looks like.
And then mission specialist Christina Cook, sitting on the upper left-hand corner of the screen there, native of Grand Rapids, Michigan, was selected to the Astronaut Corps in 2013, same class as Victor. served as flight engineer.
What
on
the mission
International
entails,
Space
yes.
Station
I
from
bel
March
they are not
2019
landing
to
on the moon.
February 2020.
Is essentially a
During that
giant
time, she
test
set a
run
record
to
for the
test that all of their
longest single
systems
space
work
flight by a
and
woman,
that they
with
can
a
get
total
to the
of
moon and back
328
safely.
consecutive days in
And they're going to do all sorts of like
She also participated in
scientific
the first
testing,
ever
technical
all-female
testing for the
spacewalk.
actual
And before
main
becoming an astronaut,
moon
Christina
landing
helped
mission, which will
build
probably
space
happen in the next
science
year or so
instruments
afterwards.
and led scientific fieldwork in some of the most remote environments on the planet. Her hobbies include surfing, rock climbing,
And
community
CDR, NTD.
service, yoga, and photography.
Go ahead, NCD.
It must suck to be one of the two guys who has to sit underneath.
Clear those off your screen.
You're sitting underneath, you don't have any of the
You don't have
controls,
a
it's
copy.
two guys above
Alright.
who are doing stuff.
NASA test director.
We're still working here, trying to get through everything. So we're getting close, and then trying to talk that other issue.
I don't know who's
that
driving,
we picked up a
actually.
little bit ago, but
I haven't really been
Work-wise, we're
listening
doing
as
really
I've been
well.
setting up the stream.
Sounds good, NTD. We're doing great on board.
We're just waiting now.
glad to hear it.
Waiting now for the
NASA
launch.
Test director giving an update to the crew. Some messages flashed on their displays. Just wanted to say that they didn't have to worry about that. We're going to clear that. And that also just reassuring the crew, again, that they are tracking and working the issue with the
So it looks like they're all clear for launch.
abort system.
There's
back.
still 45 minutes.
All right. And then first-time flyer, Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen will fly to the moon.
Well, it's
as
not
mission
like they
specialist on the
forgot.
Artemis 2 mission.
It's more like we
London,
run out of
Ontario
money.
native,
We got
selected
no
as an
reason to go
astronaut in
anymore.
2009. After that, he worked as Capcom at NASA's Mission Control Center in Houston.
Yeah, those two
Capcom
shuttle
stands
incidents.
for Capsule Communicator,
So those were
and is the sole
absolutely
direct
horrifying.
voice communicating with astronauts while in space.
I think that's Challenger and
Jeremy
Endeavour.
also participated in training
I think
exercises
Challenger
with
was the one that
Blood
blew
Slayer
up as it
living
was
on the
launching,
ocean floor off the
with
coast
the
of
school
Florida
teacher
to
on it.
simulate deep
And Endeavour
space
is the one that
exploration
blew
for a
up as
week.
it came back into the
In
atmosphere because it lost
2017, he
heat
became
shield.
the first Canadian to lead a NASA astronaut class.
Canadian?
He also enjoys getting out on a sailboat, rock climbing, and mountain biking. He has a wife.
Hello,
and 3 children.
WSD.
And he's the one that you see bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
These are Chaddy
I know, trying to see what he's
McChadisons.
doing there.
They are breaking out the Chaddy
Christina's looking
McChadisons
too.
for this, yes.
And so there is your Artemis 2 crew inside the Orion spacecraft. And this is actually the 7th time NASA astronauts will launch on a new NASA spacecraft designed
All
for
right,
crew.
44
And if
minutes
you're
left.
wondering about the first 6 crewed test flights, here they are.
Oh. Mercury Redstone 3.
Gemini 3, Gus Grissom, John
Gemini
Young,
3.
March 23, 1965. Apollo 7, Wally Schirra, Don Isley, Walt Cunningham.
Apollo 7.
October 11th, 1968. Space Transportation System, or STS-1, John Young, Robert Crippen, April 12th, 1981. Then NASA SpaceX Demo 2, Doug Hurley, Bob
SpaceX
Benson,
Demo 2.
May 30th, 2020, followed by NASA's
I watched that one live.
Boeing crew flight test. Butch Wilmore, Sonny Williams, June 5th, 2024.
I thought the Boeing one was a complete failure.
And now, Artemis 2 with Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. It is really surprising, honestly, to hear that through all these decades, through all these launches we've had, this is only our 7th new vehicle that we're testing for
All right.
you.
Yeah, you know, we have so many different missions that we think about and we talk about, but really 7 vehicles that we've tested and that
Yeah,
we're
we are
flying.
strapping
You know, I
4
like to
people
think of space
to a
flight really as
giant bomb,
a
which
permanent
is
test,
essentially
right? We have,
the only
you know,
bit that makes it
hundreds of
to the
missions
objective is the
or so.
tiny little top of that
You know,
white
an
bit.
airplane that gets tested and then flown has thousands.
It's
of
like this
satellites,
tiny
and
bit.
So really, spaceflight is
Oh,
always
you
going to
can't
be
see it.
in
You
the
can't see
test
my
field.
mouse, but
And I think it's important to remember
this
that,
tiny
especially
bit
as we put
at the top
humans on
here,
rockets that we never
the little
have
white
before,
bit you see,
or for the 7th time we start
that
a
is the
new
only
vehicle
bit that makes it to
and a
the
new mission.
end of the space, the actual
Just
end
getting
of the
word
mission.
now that White
All of that
Room
orange
closeouts
stuff,
are
all of those other
complete,
boosters, that
and
all
so
gets
the closeout
discarded because
crew
NASA have
is
not been
preparing
investing
to
in any
leave
form
the
of
pack.
renewable rockets like SpaceX has.
It's exciting stuff. We are making good time. And the close.
Don't worry about it, Andrew.
41 minutes.
Just get
43
less
seconds and
sleep.
counting
Just be grouchy.
until the opening of our
Sacrifice
window.
your
And Artemis
energy
2
and
is a 10-day mission
livability
that will
tomorrow
send the
for the sake of
4-person crew
watching history happen.
on a journey around the moon and back to Earth. It will be a critical step towards future lunar and Mars missions.
That is how I'm justifying it. Otherwise, I'd be in bed right now.
We're going back to the moon.
Yeah, I think this is a
the next
100%
step in our
NASA
journey
mission,
to Mars.
Ryder.
We need to go explore the moon. There's vast regions of unexplored areas with the coldest.
Yeah, the launch is in
places
40
our
minutes,
solar
random
system.
name, so don't worry about that.
This is
We
a
should
test
be able to
mission.
see the
When we get
majority
off
of the
planet,
launch.
we might
To
come
get
right
into
back
space,
home.
it's like
We
7
might
or 8
spend
minutes,
3 or
I'm pretty
4
sure,
days around Earth. We might go
from
to the moon.
launching.
That's where we want to go, but it is a test mission, and we are ready for every scenario as we ride.
Oh
this
yeah, I
amazing
assume
launch
SpaceX
system
will
and
be
the
helping
Orion
in some
spacecraft.
ways, but
another reason we're going back to the moon
this is not a
to
SpaceX
fulfill
rocket they're
NASA's
sending them up
mission,
on.
which is to explore the unknown in air and space, to innovate for the benefit of humanity, and to inspire the world through discovery. And when we succeed and when we accomplish the things that we set out to accomplish, that inspiration not only can set up new things to happen, but it also is a reminder in tough times that we're capable of doing great things when we work together.
The thing I love about the moon is that it's not just a beacon for exploration and this platform of possibilities for incredible missions like this, but it has benefits. That's actually why we're racing towards it. Those benefits are really
I'm
wide
crunching
in nature.
popcorn
You have
kernels if you hear the
everything
odd
from
crunch.
innovation,
I do apologise about that in
technology
advance.
development, not only for future missions going deeper into the solar system, but technologies that come back to Earth. You have inspiration, a whole generation of people starting this pipeline of STEM workers and manufacturers and operators that are excited to see what you can do when you work hard.
Those
and
space
come
those
together as a team.
spacesuits
When I
look
think about the four
interesting,
of
to say the
us
least.
Flying around the far side of the moon, seeing that Earth rise, taking images and video and sending them back to you. The feeling that I have inside is hope. We know that Artemis 2
We're
is
getting
not the
closer and
solution
closer
for
to real
humanity
Space
on
Marines
planet
every day.
Earth, but it is a contribution in the positive column. We hope that just for a moment that people will pause and say, wow, it's extraordinary when you look back upon the Earth with over 8 billion people.
Evening, Vaughn.
And you see this concrete example of
Yeah,
what
in
humanity
before
can
they
do, this
discover the
extraordinary
aliens on the
thing
moon
when we
have
set
oil.
big goals
And CDR, NTD.
to achieve them.
And so Mission Control Houston will control the flight of Orion after a liftoff here at Kennedy Space Center.
40
Here's
minutes,
Gary
chat.
Jordan, who's embedded with that
Well,
team.
39
You
minutes,
might have to
39
pause 'cause
minutes.
We did just hear a call out to the commander
Copy all, Jeff.
in Orion.
We're getting closer.
I think that was Commander Reed Wiseman responding to prepare for some of the next steps. We are now holding at the T-minus 10-minute
Go ahead.
hold. Expected a 30-minute hold.
The concept
so
British
we are
spacesuits.
well on the countdown.
No,
we
I
are
haven't
well
seen
on the
those.
timeline to meet this L-minus time and launch towards the beginning of the window, but continuing to track progress.
I've
along
not
the
seen
way.
the concept
Again, I'm
British
here
spacesuits.
with the Artemis 2 flight control teams in Mission Control Houston. The team in the room behind me has been monitoring the countdown and verifying their own mission-specific launch criteria of the Space Launch System.
Yeah, I mean,
Orion
yeah, oil on
spacecraft
Mars. That
integrity,
means
and
there
its
was
crew.
plant life on Mars. That means
During
there
final
was
call
life on
before launch,
Mars.
if all looks
Therefore,
good,
we technically
from
aren't
each
alone
of
in the
Flight
universe.
controllers in this room, Flight Director Judd Freeling will report a go for launch from Houston Flight. Upon liftoff, teams here take control of the mission and communicate with the crew while they fly on the Space Launch System. This phase of flight
Well, I
is
bet the
highly
crew of
dynamic,
this
and each
spacecraft are
console
going to be
position has a
clenching their
dedicated and
Uranus
important
throughout
role
this
of
entire
looking
flight.
after critical systems. You'll hear calls
Excuse me,
from
chat. I'm just
Capcom
going to
and
take
NASA
a sip
astronaut
of my
Stephen Love
Hawkstone
in this
lager.
room to the Artemis 2 crew as milestones are reached during the more than 8 minutes of
Refreshing.
powered flight on the core stage.
Not sponsored.
Liftoff and ascent are just the beginning. This room will be staffed around the clock over the next 10 days to oversee every moment of the mission through splashdown. Here from the Johnson Space Center, we'll be streaming the mission live 24/7 so anyone can follow the crew's journey, take peeks
Oil on
inside the
Josh.
spacecraft, and share the experience of a lunar flyby with astronauts looking down at the moon's surface. Teams here have been rehearsing tirelessly in simulations to throw every conceivable and inconceivable scenario their way. We are ready and eager to begin the Artemis 2 mission. Still milestones to come as we
Capcom.
continue the countdown, but we'll be right back with you during the ascent phase of today's flight.
Someone's playing Monster
With that,
Hunter.
Megan, I will send it back over to you at the Space Coast.
So much, Gary. Under 37 minutes until the opening of our 2-hour launch window, 6:24 p.m. Eastern. I've never been more excited for a time. But why don't we send it back over to Megan Carter with the moon board to learn more about what happens after.
Oh, I've seen. Okay, White Rider. I've seen the images you've sent me.
I am definitely
Those
also
do look
getting
nuts.
excited. Things
Those
feel
look
like they're starting
absolutely
to
nuts.
pick up a little pace here. A lot is about to happen within the first 10 minutes of launch, but what happens after those first 10 minutes? Let me take you over.
Let me
here
see
to
if I
my
can put
mission
this
map
on
so
stream.
we
Hold
can
on.
kind of jump ahead and let me explain a few things. So, our main engine cutoff is going to stand for MECO, and that is essentially where the rocket's job is done, and it is then going to turn the propulsion duties over to our ICPS. That stands for Interim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage. Don't try and say that too many times fast, but the ICPS is going to be right here, and that's our in-space propulsion. About 50 minutes into,
There we go.
50 minutes into launch, it is going to conduct that.
Belorn in the
first
chat has
burn,
sent
and
me
that's gonna
this
be the
image of a
parachute raise maneuver.
British,
Essentially what
like,
that is
space
going to do
knight
is
suit of
going
armor. I'm
to,
just going to cover this
raise
woman.
the
She can
spacecraft
keep
from
talking in the
lowest
background.
point of
Here we
Earth
go.
just a little bit higher
Here
into
is the
space,
British suit of
and
armor.
then they are going to conduct that nice path
Slash
that's gonna set them on
spacesuit.
that nice circular
Very
path
cool.
around the Earth. That's when they're going to start to be able to really check out this spacecraft. The Orion
Oh, it has a
spacecraft is
cape.
gonna be able
Wow.
to, like we've talked about, be
That's cool.
maneuvered
That's pretty
by the
cool.
crew. They're gonna
Oh,
check
she
out those
moved.
life
Let me move.
support
Let me move.
systems, and,
Hold on.
communication checkout's gonna
She
be vital
moved.
at
Let me
that
just
point as well,
let me just do
obviously.
that. There we go.
Then they will be conducting that another burn, and that's going to raise them just a little bit higher again. And then they will. It'll be about time for the ICPS to separate, and they will start another lap.
All
around
right.
the
How do I
Earth
turn
as
this off?
well.
There we go.
Now, the ICPS, but even after it separates, its job will not be done because they will have the opportunity to conduct something called the Proximity Operations Demonstration. And this is going to be really important for our future lunar missions because the ICPS actually has a target on it, and the crew is going to have the opportunity
Given the
to
context
manually
of
maneuver
them
the
trying to be as
spacecraft like
base
we've
as
mentioned,
possible,
and practice
yeah.
those docking maneuvers. Now, obviously, they will not be docking
Obviously,
for this
you
mission,
want to
but
be
that
as
is,
based
again,
as possible in
gonna be
space. That's
critical
why
for
you
those
have.
lunar missions in the
That's why you
future.
have the.
Now, all right.
That's why you have
After
the suit of
that
armor.
ICPS has separated, and they've done that second lap. They're going to conduct two
There you
more
go. That's why you
burns.
have this suit of
And
armor,
what these
chat.
burns are
It
gonna
looks
do
pretty
is
sick.
set them up to the high enough orbit and a fast enough speed in order to conduct the translunar injection. This is going to be that
Lunar
critical
injection?
moment and that critical milestone where they are going to produce about 6,000 pounds of thrust. And this is that
Translunar injection? What do they mean by that?
Out of low Earth orbit into deep space, and it's going to set them on that nice path towards that lunar flyby. And I know we have talked a little bit about why this could be a record-breaking flyby and journey to the moon. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Megan.
Yeah, well, people
so
in the
she can tell us
late
just
'60s
why.
were not very scientifically
She's talking
minded.
about the distance record
They haven't
set by
grown
the
up with
Apollo
what was
13
essentially
astronauts in
university level science
1970.
knowledge
They were
back then,
248,655
like we get in secondary school now.
miles away from Earth, and this Artemis 2 crew might surpass that on flight day 6 when they fly around the moon by more than 4,000 miles.
Yeah, it's a long ways. It's tough to fathom 250,000 miles from Earth, right? I mean, space, the space station is only 250 miles, and so we're going, I don't want to.
That's a lot of thrust, yes.
We're going much further than that. But it's important.
That's a
right,
lot of
because
thrust
we want
indeed.
to get back to the moon. We want to see the surface. We want to see the far side of the moon, and the way we do that is by breaking distance records.
Yeah, and the exact distance record depends on exactly when they launch, like the time, the day.
Come on,
so
30
we'll
minutes.
learn more as we go into this 10-day mission with the Artemis 2 crew. But here we are.
The final
32
10 minutes
minutes,
are they're
50
the
seconds
minutes that are
counting
the
from
most
opening of our launch
important.
window. Feels really, really surreal here as more and more people come to gather on the press site lawn here at Kennedy Space Center. Why don't we
Oh,
take a
I
look
just
at this
assumed wrong
video
then.
that
Oh
we
well.
have here, some familiar faces who wanted to wish our Artemis 2 crew a safe journey.
Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, you are the real deal.
Scarlett
Flying to the
Johansson.
moon for all of us, and we are
Wait,
in awe.
pause,
You're
enhance.
the true heroes.
You are not just astronauts. You are pioneers.
Stanley Tucci?
Venturing deeper into the unknown. But you are not alone. We will be all cheering you on from planet Earth.
Hey, I'm Victor Wembanyama, and I play basketball in the NBA.
Who's this?
But I'm not only interested in shooting hoops. I'm also interested in shooting stars, dark matter, and all
Victor
other types of
Webber
astronomical phenomena.
Okay, okay, let's stop there.
I wish them good luck and Godspeed.
Hi everybody, I'm Ryan Gosling and I play a biologist who goes to
Oh, Ryan
space to save
Gosling.
the planet in the film Project Hail Mary. But the Artemis 2 astronauts are going to space for real and they will travel farther from Earth.
Oh,
than
there's
any
chilling
humans
high
in
Project
history.
Hail Mary.
Sending all our best wishes to the Artemis 2 crew.
I just want to say how proud I am of each of you and how inspired you make me. But it's not just about me. Your mission is going to inspire future generations of scientists, engineers, athletes, and dreamers to do something.
I wonder how much they're getting paid to say these.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr., and I want to wish the Artemis 2 crew a happy and safe journey to the moon. Well, around the moon. To go around. I know what you're doing. You got to look for a parking space. This is to go around the moon, make sure somewhere to park, and then you park journey. Good luck.
It's fashion, White Rider,
really good
fashion.
way to explain what how this mission builds. Again, we are hoping to land astronauts on the surface of the moon in maybe 2 years. So yes, we are looking around the moon on this lunar flyby mission to see.
I
where we
will
might
say,
go.
I do want to watch
Roy Wood
rewatch
Jr.
Project Hail Mary
As we
again.
look at this live view of the rocket on the pad.
I did
there
watch it
is
once,
a
but I needed to
spectacular
piss the
place
entire
at Kennedy
time, so
Space
I'm going
Center
to
launch from, and that's the
I'm
Banana
going
Creek
to probably go and watch that
viewing
again.
area. Why don't we go back there where the crowd is excited and Leah has the best assignment ever talking to people who are super excited about being here for Artemis 2.
Oh my gosh, Megan, you talk about the excitement being palpable. I'm telling you, everybody here on pins and needles as we get
Why is that
about half an hour away
obese
from launch
woman
and
wearing a
walking
mask?
around talking to people, and I'm just struck again and again by how many people are here from across the agency. I want to introduce you to just a small
Although
portion
judging by
of
that
the people
hairline, that could
across
be
NASA
a
who have been supporting this mission.
transgender.
Patty Ortiz, NASA Armstrong Flight Research Center, Orion program.
Orion.
Kathy Graves, Glenn
You
Research
can never tell.
Center, Office of STEM Engagement.
David Alexander,
I wouldn't want to
NASA
assume.
Glenn Research Center, Office of STEM Engagement.
Jennifer Becerra, Johnson Space Center of the Office of STEM Engagement.
Here we go. Right back here. Where are you from?
I'm from NASA Glenn Research Center, Joseph Pinakitis.
Joseph, here we go.
Wes Furman from APL.
Maria Arredondo from Headquarters, Next Gen.
Although I can't really judge American hairlines, to be honest.
Space Center, Commercial Space.
Amira Flores, Armstrong, Office of the STEM Engagement.
Molly Kearns, NASA Glenn, Space Communications and Navigation.
Matthew Pierce, Goddard Institute for Space Studies in New York City.
Here we go, and right over here.
Lauren Ring, Ames Research Center, Data Integration.
So we're coming together. We're one big NASA team, one big NASA family, and we have one major message before we launch tonight. Okay, guys, what are we going to say? 1, 2, 3.
Maybe it's all the seed oils in her food. No, hello, Saz. Hello.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that made me so emotional. That was so inspiring to see. I mean, wow. Yeah, that was great. I mean, just to hear everybody say their position. What
Oh, you can see the coolant going. The coolant's going on now.
I'm sure this was something that really rang true and resonated with NASA's Administrator Jared Isaacman, again, to see the workforce come together to do the work and then to be here for launch. So why don't we actually go over to him now with our Jasmine Hopkins at one of our other viewing locations.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. The energy here on the balcony is honestly becoming electric as we get so close to launch, and now we are thrilled to welcome NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. Jared, we're really entering a golden age
I think that's coolant evaporating.
How will Artemis 2 set the pace for the coming years?
Well, I mean, Artemis 2 is the opening act, right?
If you look at any old rocket launch, you'll see that
getting
coolant.
Very comfortable with the SLS rocket, the Orion spacecraft. No humans have ever flown on this before, right? And we're going to put it through its paces. We'll go into Earth orbit for a little bit, make sure Orion's doing okay, and then we are sending them, right? We're going to send them farther into space than any humans might have gone before, 250,000 miles away, and it's going to set up for the subsequent missions. That's why we're going into the golden age of science and discovery right now, because you're going to see a moon rocket launch in 2027 when we do our testing with the lander. We're going to go for the landing on Artemis 4 in 2028, and in parallel, we're going to build the moon base, right? And that is going to be filled with science discovery and tech demonstrations.
Yeah, you're probably right, Valord.
Support the enduring presence we're trying to create on the surface.
Absolutely. So honestly, history-making years ahead of us, you know, with Artemis 3 and 4. But first is Artemis 2. What will be our single greatest takeaway from this mission?
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, after ignition,
All right.
to me, the moment.
How
that
long
I'm
left?
really most excited
27
for is
minutes.
splashdown.
Not long now.
There's no question about that.
Going to
Good
be.
shoots
It's going to be
coming down
happening
off the
very,
West
very
Coast.
soon.
But, look, I think the takeaway from this is gaining extreme comfort in the Orion spacecraft. Right. I mean, this is very different than what we've done for more than a half century. Right. I mean, the velocities that spacecraft is going to re-enter at.
Yes, they want to build a moon
it's
base.
gonna be
That's
new
like
territory
step
for us. We
5.
wanna
There's
get,
probably a
we
couple of
wanna get our
missions
arms
away
around
from that.
completely. So I would say the performance of SLS plus Orion is everything on this one. We want to make sure we do it in
Volorn, I bought
as
Kerbal
safe way
Space
as we
Program
possibly can,
before it ever
understanding
came to
what we are
Steam. I
undertaking
bought it on their original launcher.
set up for Artemis 3 in
I don't even know if I can still download it off their website.
Young audience today here, some kids running around the balcony. How do you hope Artemis 2 inspires that next generation?
You know, I talk about.
But I
this
never
all
really
the time,
played it
like,
much.
One of our, I think, our overarching KPIs.
Because sandbox games without any direction, where you're left essentially to your entirely to your own devices, they get a bit. I need some kind of purpose within the game. Otherwise, I just sort of go, okay, why am I here? Why are we here?
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of kids dressed as astronauts this year. And finally, Jared, you've really made it a personal mission to get to know the people behind the work at NASA. Do you have any final thoughts, any final words before today's history-making launch?
Yeah, well,
you see, okay, 2030 might be a bit aspirational. Okay, maybe quite aspirational, but the spirit is there, and that's the kind of forward-thinking we do need. We do indeed need.
International partners that come together to make this possible. My sincere appreciation for everyone who is currently working the mission right now, so getting them ready for launch, that will be watching over them in mission control, recovering this crew when they splash down off the West Coast. I have complete trust and confidence in your abilities, and everybody else who's not directly working on Artemis 2, Artemis 3 is coming up next year. When this mobile launcher gets back in the VAB, we're going to start stacking.
Wow, plenty of excitement ahead of us.
A third Artemis mission. Interesting.
Thanks for being here.
Of course. All right. And with that, let's get back to the countdown with NASA's Megan Cruz.
Under 25 minutes and counting from the opening of our
I preferred it when they had an analog counter.
Take a look at all
analog
these people
counters are way
behind us.
cooler.
I literally, every moment I turn around and I see the clock, I am like, oh, wow. Oh, wow.
There are more people and less time.
Yes, exactly, which is a great problem to have.
Yes.
Now, this first crewed test flight of NASA's Artemis program coincides with the 250th anniversary of our country's founders signing the Declaration of Independence. Exploration is a part of America's DNA, and it continues now with our return to the moon.
250 years ago, 13 colonies laid the foundation for the greatest and most enduring.
Oh, they're doing American propaganda. Ah, arg.
Faith and freedom. From that moment, we became a nation defined not by where we stood, but by how far we were willing.
Being forced to watch American propaganda.
We conquered vast frontiers, invented tools that shaped a modern world. We found light in the dark, and we rose from the earth. Faster, higher, farther. We pushed beyond the sky and into the unknown. We carried our courage into the cosmos, and we planted the American flag on the moon, the defining achievement of American superiority in space.
Oh, self-promo channel, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
Farther than ever. American robots search ancient rivers.
Aha, I see it. I see it in the Discord. That stops me having to clog up general chat. It's a very good idea. Well done. Well done for implementing that.
To stay. For 250 years, America has carried the light of humanity forward. But American exceptionalism isn't inherited. It's earned. Our greatness comes not only from what we've done.
Oh no, I think it very much is inherited.
Because in every era,
that's wrong completely. It's inherited by the European nations that formed America.
When it's reaching for something greater. America celebrates 250 years, and we are leading the world into the future.
22 minutes, 15 seconds and counting from Artemis 2, NASA's boldest test flight in a generation. The crew has said this often.
All right.
We hope it inspires
22
children
minutes.
around the world.
Chat. I'm going to go and run
Recently, a
piss
group
very
of
quickly.
kids
I'll be
here at
right
Kennedy
back.
Space Center got a
Talk amongst
surprise
yourselves
of a
for 30
lifetime
seconds.
while watching that rocket roll to the launch pad.
So tell me what color it is. And who's going to be on that rocket? We're going to be on that rocket.
I could make it a little bit longer. Did you see it? Okay, so everybody's looking at the rocket because it is kind of cool and impressive. One of the coolest things happening over there right now, though, is it's on top of a giant tractor.
Doesn't all food come in like tubes? It's in these like little plastic bags. You have to like rehydrate it. Sushi. There's not. I haven't seen sushi in space. It's probably hard to keep that back.
Constructed sushi mashed together.
My favorite part was this one little girl, she had a question. She had patiently held her hand for a long time, and Christina turns to her and says, okay, what's your question? She just goes, I forgot. It was like, that's a perfect little kid moment. I just love.
Wait, are you my mother's cats too?
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
Say that again?
Never mind.
You can relax, chat. I have returned. I am returned. American family propaganda.
Dabbing astronaut back there. It's just so fun to see the enthusiasm, the energy, and a little bit of chaos.
3, 2, 1.
Wasn't that so cute?
I love kids and their excitement and, you know, even just being real. Like, I don't remember what I was
I know,
Interesting.
but I'm glad you're here. Now here we are, Space Center Houston. The crowd has exponentially grown throughout the day. We started showing you live shots from in there probably an hour ago, and now take a look at all the people there getting ready to witness history together. It's something really special to be able to witness something like this together.
Yeah, you know, we've heard from
20 minutes remaining, chat. We are 20 minutes away.
It's amazing.
20
People from
minutes
all around the world
away
came here today to
from
Florida to
Zimun.
watch, so it's something. It's hard to put into words.
Ooh,
just
I'm
how
actually
much
excited.
support for this
I
mission
really
was
don't
sent
want
today.
this one to blow up as it leaves the launch pad.
And great news too.
I don't know if they
Remember,
install
the team was
escape pods
tracking
yet.
An issue with the launch
ma'am, go
abort
ahead.
system battery. They appear to have cleared that issue, so we are go for launch.
Yes, it's exciting.
U.S. Space and Rocket Center here, Huntsville, Alabama, waving
Huntsville, Alabama.
to the Artemis 2 crew sitting right there inside Orion. Inside of 20 minutes from the opening of our launch window, and right now
He has an iPad.
the top of that launch window, so we could.
We just saw his. We just saw his.
Wow, I don't know if I expected this today.
We just saw his lock code. We just saw the lock code for his iPad. There we go.
On the LAS and everything.
There we go.
has
There's
gone
some.
really smoothly today. It's been great. The weather
That was a
cleared up.
super secret
It's a
thing for
beautiful
us
day
to
for a
see.
launch.
We
And
saw
so
the lot.
now, as
We
are
saw it.
so close to possibly launch now. Just what are your final thoughts as we are about to embark on?
It's not a shuttle. It is a regular old rocket.
The first time in more than 50 years.
Yeah, you know, just.
But
so
I also
proud of the
don't really
crew
want to
and
bet on
all
that
of the
because that makes it
teams
a
here
more
on the
a
ground
higher
that made this
probability for
happen.
me.
You know, they are carrying the torch from the Apollo era into the Artemis era. And, you know, as the crew likes to say, they want to be the shoulders that the next
Copy all.
generation.
And let's see, GLS, can you help us with that, please?
No, what's going on?
The crew wants to be the shoulders that the next generation can climb on.
001.
They're going to awkwardly
think
wait and then keep
it's in their
speaking over
patch.
each other.
We're going for all. It's in the name of their capsule, integrity, representing humility and the professionalism of everyone that got them there
Integrity.
today. So proud of them. We love them. We're excited for them, and we cannot wait to see what they see.
Just
All right, all
leveraging
right, all right.
everything we've
All
learned
right, all
so
right, all
far
right.
As an agency, taking us from Apollo now to the launch pad here, 39B, with Orion and SLS poised to again fly us into the history books.
Orion. Is that what the rocket's called? Okay.
And before we leave you now here at the host desk to get back into operations, we just wanted to answer one question for you guys. We asked you earlier on today, what are you most excited for?
Right.
We asked you to go vote on Instagram and Twitch. Instagram, you guys said launch. Twitch, you guys said lunar flyby. So I think you guys will all be very excited since we are now about 17 minutes from the opening of our launch window today. And so with that, as we approach terminal count, let's send it back to Daryl Nail in firing room 1. Daryl.
All right, thank you, Megan and Nicole, and just want to give you an update
Okay.
on the launch abort
The pointy
system
bit.
that
Okay.
you just,
The top
reported
bit is an
has
escape
cleared.
pod. Interesting.
They believe, they're convinced this is an instrumentation failure. So there are 2 batteries on the LAS. The LAS, of course, and with the help of my 2-year-old son's model rocket, Daniel said I could use this, so it's okay. The LAS is right here. It's the tower above Orion. Orion capsule's inside of here.
Learning,
It's
chat.
used to pull
We're learning.
Orion off the rocket in case the rocket is something's going on with the rocket, either on the pad or in flight. 2 batteries are bad. Well, I'm sorry, one of the 2 batteries reported an out-of-family temperature, and it was very much out of family. And so they checked their data going back into the vehicle assembly building where they recharged the batteries and worked on them. And they have good, solid data, they reported, that tells them that this is an instrumentation failure, that there's something wrong with the sensor. And so they took it before the mission management team, which has to
So
accept
basically,
the
a
risk
battery
and
could be
changes
bad,
to,
but the data is
launch
telling them
complete
it's not
criteria,
bad.
which this would
They're
be
going
done,
to, on a hope and
they
a
all
dream,
fully
hope it's
accepted it. So
not
now we are
bad.
clear as far as that constraint is concerned. And one quick thing as we count down now, we are getting into the final minutes before liftoff.
15
there's
minutes.
a 2-hour window. We haven't quite set the T0 yet, but this is a list of the cutouts. There are 150 cutouts that are included for this 2-hour launch window. And that's important. They're in very small print. That's important because
Yeah, it takes a
there's basically
pinprick, a
16 minutes
singular
inside
pinprick
this
for it to
window
depressurize.
that they cannot launch. And these are because of small things flying in orbit. There's a lot more things in orbit than there were back in Artemis 1 when we had 35 to 40 cutouts. For that reason, because of these 156 cutouts, they're going to be managing the launch window as we go forward. So they may have to wait out one of these cutouts. They range in time between 2 seconds to 23 seconds, but you'll hear the NASA test director talk through that. We're getting ready to merge that loop from NASA test director Jeff Spaulding.
I feel like I'm learning things. They're using big words.
And so now I'm listening to the launch team get ready to merge their operational channel.
Will this make me buy the NASA Lego set, the Artemis Lego set? We'll wait and see.
We're now entering
If it
one of the most
explodes, I won't buy the
consequential
Lego set.
phases of launch day, and that's terminal count, the final 10 minutes.
And OTC, NTD on 212 for comm check.
Good comm. How me?
I hear the same. STC?
2.
GTC?
GTC is on 212.
All right, copy that.
NASA Test Director Jeff Spaulding confirming communications with his team.
All right, all right.
There will be 2 polls that we'll hear. One from
I'll turn up a little bit.
NASA Test Director confirming the ground systems and the launch team are ready to proceed. At this point, we have a clear board.
All right. Clear
No
board.
Constraints, but we need confirmation from each individual on the NASA Test Director team. So we'll hear him poll his team. The other poll that we're waiting for is the poll from Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson, who will take that final status from NASA management before giving the go to come out of a hold.
Iran has the opportunity to do one of the most horrifying
12
things
minutes.
they could possibly do. Right now, Iran could do something absolutely horrifying.
CCL.
I think Trump would
Reconfigure
launch
primary
nukes
loop ISO valves.
if Iran bombed it.
Copy, that's in work.
And CDR, OTC, Orion, Earth 1.
Go.
ARS loop ISO valves are being closed at this time.
Integrity copies.
NGDLP.
Go.
Yes, I had a discussion with CIS and with MER Manager regarding the observation the CIS had a few minutes ago. They were able to confirm with BCI photos that the condition that they observed has been there since 2025. MER Manager has had a chance to review the findings, and they do not have any constraints from either a CIS or MER Manager perspective.
Okay. Copy all. And Launch Director, NTD, you copy?
Yes, sir. I copy. That's good news.
Ooh.
OTC, CCL 212.
OTC.
ARS primary loop isolation valve configurations complete.
Copy.
All right.
And CGLS, NTD, cancel pending, please.
GLS copies, and that's complete.
All right, and for all personnel, we got a little bit more work to do before we pick up the clock, and we're about a little over a minute from getting to T-minus 10 minutes, but we've canceled the resume time there, and then we'll pick it up after we get through all of our work and anything else that we need to do to get through the remainder of count. So we'll continue working that to get to our T0 today. So when we get to about 50 seconds from now, we'll extend that hold.
CVSC OTC.
Extending hold? What does that mean? What does this mean? Hello, Hypo.
400, 290, looking to verify that we are configured for ascent.
Yep, give me about 2 more minutes. I'm going to start CMA2 streaming.
Copy.
NTD, COSE, hold requested.
Copy that.
I have an LCC violation of O-CT-004, S-band transponder anomaly. This was a transient LCC violation, so transponder 1 had a demodulated SNR estimate that went down to 2 dBm when it should have been between 10 and 13. It is now back up to 12, but we did lose that for just a moment. It does not appear that we lost our BitSync or carrier lock, which would be indicative that we lost our lock with the vehicle. So at this point, recommendation would still be go. However, we do have a pre-planned contingency procedure if we want to look at that. But again, this is transient, so we're back in a nominal range.
All right, let's see, LPE, NTD.
Yeah, we're not.
What's going on?
So I guess question
What's going on?
Is that less than 3 samples? Is that below our persistence?
Stand by, let me look. It did look like it did persist for several seconds on mine, but let me take a look at the number of samples.
They're getting minor errors.
Affected LCC, please. Yes, ma'am, that's going to be O-CT-004. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, okay, yeah. Are they going to tell us? Oh, they've just gone silent?
Yeah, us taking a look at the data right here, looks like that was a single sample.
Yeah, copy that. RFTS does report that they also lost lock for about 5 seconds. So I would love to ask KUS and see if they also lost lock with the vehicle for any extended amount of period.
What?
And COSE, while we're doing that, these are 1/10 hertz measurements, correct? So we would have had to lose it for over 10 seconds to get a second sample?
Yes, sir, that's correct. It is 1/10 hertz.
Are they having a is this a proper problem?
Yeah, so from our perspective, the allowance is effectively up to 30 seconds, up to 3 samples based on the 1/10 hertz. This is not an LCC violation, I believe.
Yes, sir, I would agree with that at this point. Copy that.
We're checking with KUS on 232. I don't think they have 212 access. We're trying to verify, but
Something's happening.
But it sounds like they have a loss of lock as well. About 2 seconds.
Okay. And I guess for both KUS and COSE, do we have lock now?
That's affirmed. We do have lock for COSE.
What do they mean by lock?
Yeah, so from the integration console perspective, we did have a temporary loss there within the allowable, and per the requirement, let's go.
What?
So this is Houston Flight. We have lock and we have good telemetry here in GSC.
And KUS is reported to they have good lock now.
I guess they have the
So with all
9-tuple
of that,
check.
OSC, then are we in a go configuration per your LCC?
Yes, sir. Recommendation would be go.
Right. LP, you concur with that?
Yes, sir. LP concurs go.
And launch director?
Yes, sir. Launch director concurs go.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and just verify everybody has everything else complete, launch director, and if we do, we'll be ready to pick up the poll at that time.
T-minus.
Something else that you're aware of?
No, sir. Let's
T-minus 10
verify all our
seconds.
work is complete, and I would like one last check of our constraints list.
All right, let's see. OTC, are you still waiting for ComConfig, or are you...
Constraints list?
Okay, is that your only open item?
Just press the launch button.
Yeah, OTC, this is CVSC. That 400 step 290 is complete.
Copy. Okay, so OTC, you're complete with all your work?
That's affirmed.
All right, copy that. STC?
STC is complete.
And GTC?
GTC is complete.
Okay, excellent. All right, and LPE, just want to verify we have no open constraints at this time.
No open constraints. We have a clear board, sir.
Okay, tracking the same here. And launch director, with that, we are clear and ready to pick up the launch readiness poll with your go.
All right, sir. I am go for the poll.
All right.
Right.
And for all personnel, this is the NTD conducting the Artemis II launch readiness check. Verify ready to resume count and go for launch. OTC.
GTC is go.
STC.
STC is go.
GTC.
C's go.
MCO.
KO's go.
Safety console.
The safety console is go.
LPE.
LPE's go.
RTD.
RTD's go.
Houston Flight.
Houston Flight is go.
ROC.
ROC is go.
And CDR.
Cruise go.
Copy that. Thank you, Reed. And launch director, NTD, our launch team is ready to proceed at this time.
All right, NTD,
Ooh.
I copy all. At this time, I'll perform my poll. Attention on the net. This is the launch director performing the final poll for launch, verifying no constraints, and go for launch. EGS, Program Chief Engineer.
Artemis Chief Engineers are go.
Copy, thank you. EGS, Chief Safety Officer.
Artemis CSOs are go.
Copy, thank you. Range weather.
Launch weather is go.
Thank
Everything's
you,
go.
LCO and Artemis MMT Chair.
MMT's go.
Thank you, John. And Integrity Launch Director.
Oh.
Good Airways, Charlie. PLT. Thank you, Charlie. This is Victor. We are going for our families. MS1.
This is Christina. We are going for our teammates.
As Echo now.
This is Jeremy. We are going for all humanity. All right, Charlie, your Artemis II crew is go for launch. Full send.
Full send.
I copy that. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. On this historic mission, you take with you the heart of this Artemis team, the daring spirit of the American people and our partners across the globe, and the hopes and dreams of a new generation. Good luck. Godspeed, Artemis II. Let's go.
Oh. Countdown. Is it going to go down?
And into the launch director.
Go ahead, launch director.
All right. All right, we're getting closer.
You have a go to proceed with countdown.
Copy that. I'll put it in.
To the moon, chat. To the moon.
CDR, NTD.
Go.
Come on.
Your risers and
Come on.
Purge per your EPROC 10.1.1, steps 8 and 9.
10.1.1, 8 and 9 going to work.
Copy.
Come on. T-minus 10 minutes.
NTD. Start and verify recordings of our Orion cameras.
Copy.
Okay. Well, there you heard it.
RSR, NTD.
RSR.
They're getting ready to start terminal count.
AR rotation enable at this time, please.
It's currently at T-minus 10 minutes. Once we wrap up this last bit of work.
SNA arm rotation enable complete.
We're going to start that clock.
Copy that. Thank you.
Integrity crew, close and lock visors.
T minus 10 minutes. Come on. Come on, start that clock. Start that bloody clock. Come on, come on.
You heard an issue, worked in real time with telemetry lock on the
I am letting them cook.
It was
Look,
transitory.
I am letting them cook.
Very short. They checked the data, confirmed that they.
But they've had since the 1970s to cook.
S-band
All right.
Transmitter on the Orion.
We've waited long enough for this.
Worked through that issue, looked at the data, and cleared it. All with the world watching.
Come on.
Impressive
Come
work
on.
by the launch team. So we have a 2-hour window, which starts in just a few minutes at 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time and goes until 8:24 p.m. Eastern Time.
And ECL NTD will be waiting for your verification on the short purge.
Come on, come on.
And for all personnel, once we get that short purge
Oh, chat.
verification, we'll verify
Chat, you're
that
still
we
there.
are
Good.
clear to go, and
I
then
got a
we'll
short
proceed
disconnection
with,
from chat for a moment. I was like, oh no. The Iranians are DDoSing. All right, all right. We are getting closer. Just think, chat, this would not have been possible without Nazi defectors.
ECL time estimate?
About a minute.
Mr. Werner von Braun. Was that his name? I think so. Maybe? Was he the V2 guy? I think he was the V2 guy.
So we're going into the launch window.
Lock has been lost. My lock on the chat has been lost, chat. You need to tell me messages in the chat. Tell me things.
Just wrapping up some final
Well,
work.
yeah, you know about Hypo. You must know about Operation Paperclip.
And once that's completed, you'll hear.
Yes, yeah, of
NASA
course,
Test
yeah.
Director
Yeah,
Jeff
there you go.
Spaulding
I knew. I was right.
ask
I
for
was
the
right.
ground launch sequencer operator to go ahead and start the clock. The ground launch sequencer is an application software.
Yeah.
It runs on top of the launch control system in the fire.
He's a man I would have loved to have met in real life. He must have had incredibly
executing
interesting
hundreds of
stories to tell.
commands in Precise order and timing.
You must have a book, right? There must be a Werner von Braun book.
NTD CCL 212, short purge initiations verified.
Did you see the link I sent?
copy that, and we're verifying our
Yes,
constraints.
I did. I did. Come on, start the countdown. Come on. Come on. You can do it.
All right, and we're clear from cutouts. And with that, we're going to resume the clock momentarily.
Ooh.
And CGLS, you can resume the clock on your
Ooh.
mark.
Almost. We're almost there. We are almost there.
Copies. 3, 2, 1, mark. GLS mainline has been initiated.
T minus 10 minutes and counting.
That's not 10 minutes. There we go. They started the wrong clock.
Count, our new T0 is
Idiots. Although it looks like they are using vMix, which is coincidentally the software we use at work for
we are
or streaming.
now counting down to liftoff of Artemis 2. From now on, you're going to hear two voices on the loops.
All right.
If everything goes nominally, NASA Test Director Jeff Spaulding, who's directly managing the launch team, and Alex Bendelos, the GLS operator who closely monitors the software. He has the ability to stop and restart the countdown.
Yeah, Hyper, you got to separate the arts from the artist.
Whether there's a launch button, there certainly is not.
Flight and Rock, our new T0 is 22, 35, 12.
Houston flight copies. 22, 35, 12.
8 minutes. Whew, I'm getting chills, chat. Chills. Chills.
Exact T0, 6:35 and 12 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. Again, our T0 is 6:35
Chills, chat.
12
Chills.
seconds p.m. Eastern Time. But as I was saying, there's no launch button. This is autonomous. But there is a button that keeps you from launching, and that button allows the GLS operator to pause the countdown outside of terminal count and during terminal count and submit a hold to the next holding point. So the clock won't stop right away. If there's an issue, we'll go to the next stable holding point. This is how GLS configures the rocket and ground systems to a stable point where they can stop the countdown if that's needed. But right now,
no, they said they were all green to go. They're not going to stop.
Looking to retract the crew access arm.
GLS is go for crew access arm retract.
And there you see the crew access arm moving.
It's going.
Away.
There it goes. We're about to reach point of no return.
The astronauts took to ingress into the rocket. Until this point, that was their way off the pad if they needed to evacuate. But now with that arm retracting, backup transitions to a launch abort system. And they'll begin arming that shortly. Of course, the launch abort system, great shot there of the crew access arm retracting away.
So that looks like a camera on the rocket.
Tower at the top, and that's what would pull Orion and its crew off the top of the rocket in case of an emergency, whether it's on the ground or in flight.
Yeah, so if the bottom starts to explode, they can theoretically launch the top.
Protects the lives of the astronauts.
They didn't have that on the Saturn V, I don't think. I'd love to see next year's one in person. I need to find out when it's potentially going to happen and book a holiday.
Start bringing that and other high energy systems online, starting with core stage pressurization.
Oh, they did. Okay, right, all right.
Weather is 90%.
No, I do. There's a couple of big NASA museums in America I'd like to go to. I want to go to one in Houston, and then there's the Space Center in Alabama I want to go to as well.
GLS is go for core stage tank pressurization.
That means the replenish valve for the liquid hydrogen tank has now closed, and that tank is beginning to pressurize to flight levels because that hydrogen is naturally boiling inside the tank. We'll get the liquid oxygen.
No. Stop working on that explosion. No. We don't want any of that.
Now the team is waiting for
none of that, please.
That if needed, the Artemis II crew.
We don't want any of that to happen. We want to stay well clear of explosions. All right.
Emergency. Let's listen in for that call.
Again, if this is successful, I'm going to buy the Lego kit of this rocket. If it explodes, I will not buy the Lego kit. This is my ultimatum to NASA. I will buy the model of your rocket if you succeed.
That's great news, and you heard the NTD verify that with the commander of the mission.
GLS is go for FTS arm.
Now work is being done to
I will say
flight
Saturn V looks
system.
cooler than this does.
This is so the range safety can send a flight termination command if the rocket flies too far off track. There's a brief built-in delay, so the launch abort system has time to pull the astronauts to safety first.
LH2 high flow bleed check.
All right, the high flow bleed check. That's so the cryo team gets verification that the RS-25 engines, all 4 of them, are in the proper temperature.
Oh yeah, the intentional very prolonged one. Yeah, of course. The one that launches it into orbit. As long as it's not like the one that launched that manhole cover into orbit when they were testing nuclear bombs. Hello, F4RT. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you back.
GLS is go for core stage APU start.
3 minutes, 55 seconds.
Auxiliary power units, high-speed turbines, which provide pressure to hydraulic pumps that steer the RS-25 engines. We're going to see a gimbal test a little later at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is what allows that to happen.
I don't want to imagine a giant rocket piece falling on me. And luckily, because I don't live in America or in the Atlantic Ocean, I should be fine. It's the Chinese that are really bad at launching rockets and just not caring about where the parts land.
This gets all the air and moisture out of there.
Oh, we can hear. We can hear it.
Moving through the milestones. All is looking good.
All is looking good. Ooh.
Coming up in just a few seconds, we're going to get that thrust.
It's the same place they launched Saturn V from. I think that's Cape Canaveral. Okay, Google, where is the Artemis II launching from?
One of them built from
Launch Complex 39B, Kennedy Space Center.
And there you see them moving.
It is, yeah, Cape Canaveral. Oh wait, no. No, it's adjacent to Cape. Oh wait, no, it is Cape Canaveral. Yeah.
Taking ground power away and now going to battery power.
It is Cape Canaveral. It's a really cool name for a place, I will admit, Cape Canaveral.
All right, power is removed from the rocket's upper stage. The ICPS, and it's been switched to battery. Same milestone for the lower.
We're going to get some glorious footage from this. I expect Bo will talk about this on Breakfast with Bo tomorrow morning.
The 4-person Artemis II crew is 248,000.
He loves this space stuff. I should have asked if he wanted to come on the stream.
Well, they will fly by it in 6 days.
GLS is go for core stage to internal power.
Oh.
All right, there's the rocket's core stage, which houses 3 flight computers, is now on its own power. There's no more
Please don't detonate. Please don't detonate.
These batteries, so we would have to recycle back to T-minus 10 to recharge if we had a hold.
1 minute, chat. I'm going to go silent in a minute to just let them talk.
Right now, the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's onboard autonomous launch sequencer, or ALS. The rocket will count itself down, but honor any holds that could come from the ground. Now, shortly after liftoff, Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will take over commentary.
Okay, chat. 30 seconds.
Great call out. The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched.
Here we go, chat.
Sound suppression water is flowing.
15.
And here we go. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
4, 3, 2.
Oh, wow.
Booster ignition.
There it goes.
The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Fix your cameras, NASA.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
Houston now controlling the flight of Integrity.
There it goes.
Integrity, AMT high.
AMT high.
On time passes.
Oh, wow.
Integrity passes the alternate beacon. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the 4 main engines. Space Launch System core stage. Integrity, 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 12.
They're already 3 miles up. Well, that camera's dead. Off it goes.
Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
On, Ponce de Leon.
Stan, we have you loud and clear on Ponce de Leon.
Have you the same?
That is just immense.
Communication signal transport
Immense.
confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90 seconds into the Artemis II mission. Integrity is 14 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange, traveling more than
This
600
this
miles
is
per hour.
this is incredibly cool.
One minute 50 seconds of mission elapsed time, standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%, ahead of solid rocket booster separation, expected at the 2-minute 9
Ooh, there it
mark.
goes.
We see throttle down. Confirmed separation.
Look, everybody living in the moment, recording on their phones. Oh, booster separation. There we go. They missed it because they cut away from the bloody rocket.
Integrity, guidance converged, performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready.
Copy all, Stan.
Integrity, SM priming complete.
SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state, ahead of service module fairing separation.
Yeah, hopefully people will have been recording the footage and we can look back on it tomorrow morning.
Integrity 49 miles in altitude, 78
Yeah, you'd imagine is one of the first things they figure out,
5,000 miles per
uninterrupted footage. Oh. There we go, panels being ejected. Stage separation, really shitty camera work.
By for launch abort system jettison.
I could have done better, chat.
Houston Integrity, good last jettison, great view.
Oh, you can just, yeah, you can see the pieces falling off it.
Team Eco 8+02.
We see the same on board.
Very cool.
And Houston has you loud and clear on TDRS at the Carmen line.
Outstanding, Stan. We have you the same.
3 minutes 50 seconds into the flight of Artemis II, Wiseman, Glover, Cook, and Hansen cross the boundary to space with good comm checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds, time of MECO.
I'm honestly speechless. That was epic. Looks like I'm buying a Lego kit, chat. There we go, that tiny dot.
Integrity, GPS processing.
They could have put Starlink on this, couldn't they? That might have worked.
Outstanding, Stan. We see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
They gotta make it back. We'll have to check back in like 8 or 9 days.
Integrity, 3 engine press.
They have a couple days travel before they get to the moon.
On time, now passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time we're seeing
Which is, yeah, Valorn, that's why all of their stuff looks really good.
Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
10,000 miles an hour, wow. Wow, we were. That was epic.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes.
Same on board, Stan.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster officer will soon report the shutdown plan to Flight Director Judd Friedling, expected at the 7-minute mark. Integrity, 78 miles in altitude, 460 miles downrange.
Integrity, expect nominal shutdown.
All right.
Integrity copies nominal shutdown.
Six minutes, 40 seconds of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes, 2 seconds into the flight.
Oh, wow. I thought they'd shut down the main boosters sooner than this.
7 minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark. Now 84 miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open.
All right, all right.
AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time.
All right,
About
chat.
10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage separation.
All right, we'll get through the core stage separation and we'll see what happens. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Integrity, nominal MECO, core stage separated.
Okay, not even their shitty animation is working.
We see the same on board, Stan.
What kind of fucking frame rate is that?
8 minutes, 40 seconds into the flight, we have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft.
Hello, Janvi. Yes, it was very cool. I'm actually really happy I managed to watch that live. This is so good. I'm so happy.
Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
I need to go to Florida and watch one of these launches live. That's something that's one of my bucket list things.
Houston, looking ahead to PRM,
Watch a proper rocket launch live.
Per the pad.
Copy that, Stan. Numbers for the pad.
No, they're just relying on the.
Now reminding the crew that the perigee raise maneuver time of ignition is as expected prior to booster ignition. That time being 49 minutes, 50 seconds of mission elapsed time.
Ah, okay. All right, what's happening? What else is happening?
Integrity, good. Neds deploy.
Neds? What is a Ned?
Copy that, Stan. Good, Neds.
And Integrity Houston for PWD setup. Just a reminder, halfway open on the secondary.
We copy that, Stan. Halfway open.
passing 11 minutes of mission elapsed time. Here, overhearing the conversation between Capcom Stan Love and Commander Reed Wiseman, already passing some milestones. We have a good nozzle extension deployment system.
All right.
That is confirmed. Complete. We also have the visors are confirmed up. Now past the dynamic phase of flight, that is ascent. Their launch and entry suits that provided them an extra layer of protection. Now not as needed. They're going to raise those visors.
All right.
And later in today's mission, they will begin to egress or get out of the suits to begin some of their initial tasks of activating some of the systems aboard in the Integrity spacecraft.
All right. It looks like
it's passing 12 minutes of mission elapsed time. Again, the perigee raise maneuver that's targeted near 50 minutes of mission elapsed time, 49 minutes, 50 seconds. That's what the crew is going to be working towards. The Commander Reed Wiseman.
all right. That's going to happen in a long time. I've got to go to bed, chat. I think, unfortunately for those just joining, we just watched the main launch. It was very successful. I'm very happy about that, chat. I'm very happy about this, chat. I hope you've had a good time watching this with me, watching history in the making again. We'll just have to wait till next time when they do an actual proper moon landing. Maybe I'll come to Florida to watch that in person. But no, I'm going to go to bed now. I've got to go get up for work tomorrow morning for Lotus Eater's work. So, yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope you have all enjoyed this. I do enjoy witnessing history live on this channel. This is very fun, together with you guys. Thank you very much for joining me in this little adventure. I guess it's an adventure into outer space. I guess we can call it that. If you've liked the stream, please leave a like and leave a comment if you have the time to leave one. Every little boost the algorithm gets from my channel would be greatly appreciated. And if you really enjoyed the stream, there is also a donation link in the description below, as I am not yet partnered on YouTube, therefore cannot receive super chats. But there is a Streamlabs donation link in the bottom. In the bottom, in the description. You know what it is. You know what it is. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, chat. I am just going to rapidly end the stream without doing my outro music, but yeah, again, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling generous. And I will see you tomorrow for more Lotus Eaters. Good night, everyone, and Godspeed to those brave